back to Dungeons and Dragons. Last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had gone to the little town nearby to investigate the threat of a vampire tree. They went there, got thoroughly whooped by some trees before managing to destroy them, and went to investigate the area of which this vampire tree resided. Unfortunately, it seemed like perhaps too much time was taken, or perhaps too much warning was given, but the tree had escaped, literally uprooted itself from where it was previously, and just kind of jumped off the waterfall of which it had nearby. But the party had decided to go back to Bastion, and on the way back you had seen one of Gray's... you had seen Gray speaking to the third riders who had managed to find their way back to Bastion. And we'll say we pick off as you guys are getting to Ebron's office, because I don't remember that conversation.
You're exactly right. We saw the other riders and we cut off exactly right there. Excellent. That is exactly where we stopped. That is exactly.
God, I'm so good. No. Okay, let's see.
Because we saw the guy with his arm ripped off being tended to, and then we stopped right there. Very ominous.
But yeah, it is very early in the morning as all of you arrive in Bastion. But you can see this set of people are kind of being tended to. They are horrendously injured for the most part, but you see Gray speaking to one of them, a woman with her the lower half of her left arm completely missing. But yeah, as you guys walk past, Gray does say that he'll catch up with you guys later. As you wander towards the interior of Bastion, you can see that the majority of the people the majority of the people aren't quite awake yet. There are some early risers who seem to be heading out to the farms right after the sun has just barely risen, while you see most others are still either within their homes or starting to prepare for their day. Looking up towards the rider headquarters, you can see that honestly it looks kind of empty. Not a lot of lanterns light the rooms, but you can see if you can find Ebron in his office. But if he's not there, then you might have to wait a couple of hours.
Exchange some information with the other riders.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was that?
Can you exchange information with the other riders since we both saw stuff? So.
Yeah. You kind of walk up to the group, and Gray is already in conversation with one of them. Let me give you a proper description of what she looks like. You see a elvish or half-elvish woman standing with like relatively light armor, a bow staff strapped to her back, a rapier to her side, and you can see that she has like this long flowing black hair. It would be elegant and beautiful if it wasn't for the stump which happens to be there on the left side of her wall, on her left arm just below the elbow. You see obviously like a regular looking human man, leather armor, like he's scratched up all over and is currently lying on his back in the cart, groaning a little bit. There are bandages all over his entire body, but you can see that he would be roughly handsome, though currently his state isn't the best. You see what appears to be a dwarvish man. A large kind of like broken scar that goes all the way along from the top right of his forehead down to into his beard, of which is like this massive gray and white beard that has a lot of tangles and knots and various different types of decoration that kind of endorses it. And though he looks roughed up, he doesn't look like he's as hurt as the other two are. No missing limbs and no massive amount of scratches. You see what appears to be a relatively handsome young human man, you think? Let me double check this thing. Yeah. He's currently riding on top of what appears to be like some sort of steampunk crab, almost, as
What?
yeah, the thing seems to be moving on its own, and there's like clicking and clacking, and you hear steam kind of
Jake, you said
erupting.
this is a low fantasy setting.
Yeah. What? No.
It's
No.
steampunk.
And
What?
there's bits of air blowing from the back of it.
Just some ingenuity going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait,
That's pretty cool.
this was already established that something like this could exist because Hoj had gone to the second floor of Bastion and heard very similar sounds.
All right.
That's true. I did. Did I hear steam? Was it steam? I
Yeah.
thought it was just mechanics.
Well, it was mechanics. You hear bits of steam, water flowing, and like the mechanical clicking of things. It didn't sound exactly like this. This thing seems a lot more heavy and kind of like what's the best way to describe it? The sound of it just doesn't sound as like smooth, I guess. There's a lot of creaking and movement to this thing, but this man, who you're pretty sure is an artificer of some sort, isn't injured in any significant amount of way. You also see an orcish woman and an old man. The orcish woman is very hurt, but she's got a lot of like very heavy armor on, a mace strapped to her side, and you can see that she's trying to take care of the human man who's groaning on his back in the cart, even though she looks just as injured as he is. And then last but not least is this like human man. He honestly looks like he's in his 60s, but he's wearing this long kind of flowing robe, and at his side is what appears to be like a long, slightly curved sword. Yeah. This is what appears to be the group known as the Third Riders. So this is the woman you saw. The human man lying on his back groaning. The dwarf. The artificer human man. The half-orc. And the very, very old human man with glasses on.
Is the very old human man the artificer, or
The very old human man is the one who appears to be wearing a katana at his side, the flowing robes.
okay?
Go up and like, oh, greetings. Yeah.
You see the older man kind of look over.
Yeah, I don't think we had a chance to acquaint ourselves. We're the fourth riders.
Hello. It's nice to meet you. We are the third company. That is Anya. He points towards the elf missing part of her arm. Chris, as he points to the guy lying on his back. Greenwich, the dwarf. Kemka, the artificer. That is Zab. Points to the half-orc. And And then he points to himself. I am Zila.
Oh yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Leonaire.
He kind of gives you like a very light bow. It is unfortunate that all of you have met us in such a state, but we had just returned from our trek down towards Vinewater. It was getting too dangerous, and Chris had gotten too injured, so we were forced to make the difficult decision of returning. It was harsh to get past the strange bird that resides within the Edgelands now, but we managed to avoid its gaze, luckily.
Well, was there a special path you had to take?
There was. It was much longer than we would have liked, but Zab was confident she could keep Chris in a relatively stable state until then. Now that we no longer have access to her magic, it would be best to get Chris to a hospital, right? As Zab looks over, she's like, yeah, just one moment. I've got to make sure that he's doing okay. Gotta make sure this isn't bleeding. Oh, Chris, stay still. Fuck. Okay, don't be a little bit baby. All right, I'll take him to the hospital. All right. You take care. Fantastic to meet all of you. I'm sorry I couldn't properly introduce myself. I'll talk to you guys a little later. And she just grabs the cart, the horse, and Chris, who's on the back, and just starts driving away. And you see Kemka also follow them. Zila turns back towards the rest of you. Well, our adventures weren't as fruitful as I would have liked, but
Yeah,
get some information.
we could say the same for us.
Would you mind telling us what you got up to, and I can disclose what we had seen as well.
Elena kind of just steps forward. Elena's my name. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
He also does like the little bow that he did for everybody else.
Well, we initially set out in your direction because we were told that you guys had gone missing.
Yes. We had sent back some communications, but it seems that they were intercepted.
That was a fact that we also discovered very early on, that bird prevented us from making our way to Vinewater.
We had initially managed to sneak past it. When we had seen it, it had only just arrived here in the Edgelands, and we didn't think it was too worth to report it, but we were lucky that we had seen it hunt something before we had arrived at the Edgelands.
Well, that thing definitely tried to hunt us, and we tried to go after you, and that's unfortunately why we couldn't have come to your aid any sooner.
It is understandable.
I think we missed you by just a bit. We found your old camp, but alas, you were not there.
Yes.
Just missed you.
we are here now, and luckily, all of us survived.
That's good to
Okay,
hear.
so none of them died. Okay.
We assumed that there would have been a lot of casualties, but that's terrific news to hear.
Well, it was lucky we didn't get more hurt. When we had arrived in Fine Water, there was... my apologies. I should let you finish first.
Well, after we turned back, we decided to take up a different commission and help the local alchemist retrieve her tools and items from a nearby village, about a half a day's journey towards the west. And we encountered a very peculiar beast. By any chance, are you familiar with vampire trees?
I cannot say that I am. No. It is... the amount of aggressive flora and fauna that we have encountered can't really even be counted on our hands alone. It is a far worse state of the world than even we had predicted. We were warned of it by Ebron, of course, but I suppose some of us didn't expect it to be that bad.
Yeah,
We were, of course, wrong.
we were surprised too. Even the most mundane could be really dangerous.
Extremely. A vampire tree. So, what happened after?
Well, we discovered that it had turned the village people into its mindless zombies, and it was feeding off of them. And I believe it was collecting all their blood at the bottom of a well. And so after we retrieved the alchemist's items and completed that commission, we were tasked with going back and potentially trying to get rid of it. And surprising, this entire thing is obviously surprising, but even more surprisingly so that as we were trying to take that tree out, it just up and left.
A tree up and just left?
Good.
Well,
Had a mind of its own.
Can't be the craziest thing you've heard.
No.
Okay.
No. There was a section where we were chased by some trees. It was a strange experience, but nothing like this, though.
Yeah. That self-preservation, which you wouldn't normally see in a tree like that.
No. Which is strange, isn't it?
Well, I guess it's not as strange as turning creatures into zombies and controlling them and sucking their blood.
That is true. Where is it now? Did you let it escape?
Unfortunately, yes, we weren't in the best position to give chase to it. There was some large caverns underneath the town that it escaped off to, and would I know that it potentially went to the Underdark?
Yeah, you would. You're pretty certain that if it had gone to an area like that, and unless it had somehow found its way back up to the surface immediately, it was very likely that it went down into the Underdark.
Well, I'm certain that it probably went to the Underdark from there onwards. I don't imagine that thing being able to climb back up, given that it had taken a pretty hard fall to run away from us in the first place.
All of you who are present, give me a nature check. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. It should be a +2, not a +5. There we go. Oh, it's fine. It's the same. Okay. He kind of glances over. Did you see the tree before it was uprooted?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, wasn't able to obviously look at it in detail, but was able to catch a few glimpses of it.
That is strange. We had never seen anything actively adapt to situations, but I suppose we never had multiple encounters with the same thing, except for the Thunderbird. And all of you, the rest of you, except for Leonaire and Noah, would also be vaguely aware that this is strange. It's either the fact that the tree might be smarter than it gave it, than you gave it credit for, or it genuinely, actively evolved during your confrontation.
And then I kind of just mutters this to herself. No, that can't be. This doesn't make any sense.
Have you discovered something else?
We just returned to report our findings, and that's when we met you.
I see. A relatively fresh company then. Well, we had heard of your formation, but had not met any of you. So it is good to meet all of you now.
We could have met under better circumstances.
I agree. But it's fine. It is understandable. The rest of us will likely be resting. Chris will need at least a few weeks to recover from his injuries. And Anya will have to get used to not having her arm.
It's tough.
Hmm.
I assume this is all at the hands of the Thunderbird.
For Anya and Chris's injuries, no. It was from what had occurred in Vinewater. Originally, we had gone to Vinewater to explore the possibilities of civilization that had been left behind. Maybe there were other pockets, like Bastion, that people were not aware of. And so we went to search. What we found in Vinewater was deeply disturbing. The majority of the folks who had been living at one point, they were all slaughtered on the streets.
Oh.
A lot of the streets of Vinewater itself is built upon docks, and you could feel and still smell the stink of decay and death within the city itself. Like the water itself has not truly let go.
It's particularly gruesome. I remember similar murmurings about a event that happened in Varela. Not too different from that.
Yes. And it is what we had assumed would have happened in nearly every city. But we were optimistic, hoping for a different answer. Though we did not find it. We encountered these strange creatures in Vinewater. I believe previously they were known as Sahuagin, residents of the water and the land. They were much more aggressive and dangerous than the ones that I had recalled from my youth. Though, I suppose it has been 20 years.
Have you noticed any strange mutations?
Yes. Specifically, given that Sahuagin were relatively intelligent, it was strange that they were also affected. But their capabilities upon land were much better than before. There were shamans amongst them that could summon rain and these great big orbs of water which could crash upon us, and these waves that sliced at us like knives. It's what had caused Anya's arm to have been cut off. That's me coughing, not him. Sorry. But he looks back. It is what caused Chris's injuries. So, we had decided that it was best that we left. Returned to Bastion. Informed Ebron of what we had found, and decided what to do from there. The majority of us were injured, and it had been a long and tedious trek to Vinewater.
Yeah, that's understandable. How did you guys get to Vinewater? Do you mind showing the path you took?
Certainly. He kind of takes out a map and begins to just kind of show you with his fingers traced. So the bird, this thunderbird, we're essentially pretty sure that it's nested right around here. And because it had nested in a relatively central position, close to Bastion, it was difficult for us to really get away from it. The path we decided to take was this. He kind of points. And then we essentially followed the coast from there to Vinewater. The area is good, mainly due to the south coast being close to the actual ocean. And as such, there are many cliffs of which the water blows against, but the land above is completely hidden. So, we walked at the bottom of these cliffs all the way towards Vinewater. There were sections where it was more treacherous than others, and there was dangers of us drowning, but it was safer that path than it was to be within range and sight of the Thunderbird. On our return, we had a cart that we had stolen from, well, I don't know if it's stolen anymore, given that its owner had most likely perished, but taken from Vinewater, fixed enough that the wheels wouldn't break, and instead we took this path in points. Though it was longer, it had the possibility of the Thunderbird seeing us, while the cliffs path at the very south end was less treacherous and less risky for us to encounter the Thunderbird, but it was terrain that we couldn't cross with a cart or any horses, so we had to set forth on foot.
I see.
So ultimately, if you wish to go and explore in explore Vinewater, either of these paths are viable. I would suggest that you speak to Eberron, because what we had found in Vinewater was that their town hall, we had seen a mysterious glowing light from within. It was golden, but sometimes it felt more putrid green than it was golden. It was something that we were going to investigate, but we were ambushed by the Sahuagin before we had a chance. Perhaps it is still there, and all of you are willing to take up this commission.
Yeah, if you determine it's useful enough, that golden light.
It may be that it was useful. It may be that it could be a clue to what had happened here in our lands in Param. But it could just be that it's a shiny piece of gold sitting upon the desk of the mayor, and we had seen it correctly. I suppose a small grasp at a potential truth is more than we've had for 20 years, so I will leave it to you to decide if you wish to go. But speak with Ebron first, is what I would recommend.
Yeah, of course.
The rest of us will need to rest. It will be many weeks before we can even sit out. He kind of sighs. You see himself brush himself down, and you can see the long sleeves on his robe kind of pull up ever so slightly as he stretches to kind of brush some dust off of him and himself, and you can see there's various scars and cuts and various things across his arms, and a lot of it is covered in bandages or patched up before he kind of bows slightly to the rest of you. I apologize, but I find myself in need of rest.
Yeah, we'll be here for a bit resting too, so maybe we'll be able to catch up, eh?
Excellent. And I bid you good day. And he does walk away.
Sir,
Rest
What was
well,
the-
sir.
what was the name of it? Was the golden what exactly? Was he referencing?
He just said there
So
was
for my notes?
He just said there was a weird golden glow inside
Golden
the town
glow, okay.
hall of Vinewater.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you said a particular item.
No, no.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, you now find yourselves in the main kind of entranceway to Bastion, and you can see now that there's been a bit of time, a lot more folks are kind of gathering around and beginning their day. Some are wandering about, kind of going store to store, buying groceries and kind of trying to take care of things. You see some of the farmers that had left previously already bringing in the various different goods that they have, or are looking around, buying tools and various other things. Yeah. And what would all of you like to do now?
Probably go up to Ebron, right?
Yeah, report.
Okay. As you guys are walking towards the chained elevators that allow you to ascend up to the writer's office, you actually see Ebron kind of slowly making his way towards all of you, looking really sleepy and slightly sleep deprived, as he's just kind of rubbing the bridge of his nose. He's not paying any attention to the people around him, and he just is about to grab one of the elevators. You just let him go up?
Oh, Ebron. Good morning, eh?
Oh, hello. Good morning. All of you are back. Welcome back. Oh God. How are all of you?
All in one piece.
Oh, that's good. That is very good to hear. That's actually, well, good news. That's good news. Good news. We like good news. Welcome back. Was the vampire tree taken care of, or is it still out there? He kind of stretches.
About that. Well, we didn't kill it, but I believe we might have driven it away for now, possibly into the Underdark.
Okay, driven away is good. Underdark? How do you know that?
Well, there's a massive cave system underneath the town, and it just seems to go deeper and deeper.
Huh. Okay, that's good to note. Having a pathway into the Underdark is good. Having it so close is not. Well, there's not really much that we could do about it unless we decide to collapse the entire cave, but I think it's better to have our options open and leave it open for now.
Yeah, luckily there's 80-foot high walls.
Oh. Okay. It's probably going to be relatively difficult to scale. Okay, that's good to hear. So the tree escaped into the Underdark. Those are words you said to me, right?
Yes, that's what I believe. We didn't actually give further chase because.
Oh yeah, we thought it'd be too dangerous to pursue.
No, that's a good idea. The Underdark is shite. Well, it was shite before. We don't know any information about it now. It could have been that it's great down there right now, that there's nothing down there. You'd previously mentioned that there was a lot of blood and that it could have been siphoning blood, right? Where the fuck is it going to get blood in the Underdark? Unless the drow and various different other creatures are still around. Which they could be, but they weren't that common before. Okay. For now, unless something seems to indicate otherwise, you're probably good to just leave it. If it's in the Underdark, it's not really our problem, right? I mean, if you wanted to pursue it, I'm not going to stop you. Although I would suggest that there are better things that we could be doing with our time.
Yeah. Well, we can leave it for now. Maybe keep an eye out in case something pops out of that hole.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Well, it's a little bit too far away, to really establish a proper watch. But I suppose it's fine. Plus, it's a vampire tree. It's not like it can grow underneath Bastion. so long as that field extends underneath Bastion. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll have to discuss this with some of the others. But welcome back. It's good to hear all of you are safe, alive, and healthy. Any news? Any other news?
Well, did you see the third riders came back?
Oh shit, they're back. Oh, okay. That's good. That's actually really good. That's really good. Are they all alive? Like, all of them still alive? All 6 of them?
Yeah, all alive. Although not in one piece.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, one of them looked severely injured, and the other one lost the part of their arm, so...
Oh, shit. That's not good. They're still alive and kicking, though, right? Still.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
better talk to them to know more, but from what we saw, they were all alive.
That's good. That's very good. Did they report what they saw in Vinewater? Actually, I'll talk about that with them later. Well, if one of them is horrendously injured and the other one is arm cut off, would you all be able to take over their responsibility and go to Vinewater?
Yeah, maybe it's better to hear back from them to see if your minute's worth it.
Actually,
Sure, they could report what they saw.
It's true. We might have not seen anything.
Well, they did mention Lila, you know, he mentioned that he did see something in the town hall, a golden light.
Did they get a chance to investigate?
No, well, they were injured by a bunch of Sahagin.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Well, at least they're still alive. That's what matters. He kind of scratches his hair. Oh, okay. Well, I've got a bloody headache to deal with for the rest of the day, I suppose. I'm gonna go find them. Actually, I'll probably just go up to my office. They'll be in there. So, what about the rest of you? Are you gonna take a rest? Stay in Bastion for a bit, or are you gonna go out and pursue some other matters first? You can go to Vinewater.
No, I mean, I was thinking we'd rest for a bit. And then maybe go back out. What do you guys think?
Probably a good idea
No one
to
needs a bit of a rest, yeah.
take the time to maybe do some research about fine water and this hut as well.
Not a bad idea. Take some time. But, I don't know. Maybe the Golden Dome won't be there anymore. Hopefully it will. Well, it's been there for like 20 years, if it's been there for that long. If it's related to, well, you know, the Fist of Silver, but if it's not, and it's gone, then I suppose it'd be easier to say that it didn't have anything to do with the Fist of Silver. Well,
The deductive reasoning.
I'll leave the responsibilities to all of you. I did find a gunsmith, one who's a little bit more capable. However, he said that his tools are in Voilen, or at the very least his workshop was in Voilen. And he requires some of these precision instruments that couldn't really be made with a blacksmith's hand. Those are his words, not mine. And so, well, we might have to get him some of those things. Also, he doesn't have any black powder here, so you're gonna have to get some of that too. If you wanted a gunsmith, that's entirely up to you. But if you open up the possibilities of gunsmithing, it could potentially allow some of the folks around here to get trained with guns. Because guns, it's not magical, which is great.
Also, could investigate Voilen too, just like he did Vinewater.
Up to all of you, but Voilen would be a little bit more of a dangerous trek. You could go along the land route, or you could find a ship to go over the sea route. oh, not sea route, I suppose, the lake route. Though I don't
That
know
would be
how
the
dangerous it is out on the lake. It could be horribly dangerous. It could be completely safe. I don't know.
That would be the fastest point, right? If we just went to the tip of the Edgelands and sailed across, wouldn't take that long to reach Boylan.
Yes, there is a port there at the tip of the Edgelands towards Verlin. It's where previously merchants had kind of gone back and forth and travelled towards, the Xenabar marshes if they were going and leaving from Voilin. Though there were many that kind of just took the overseas route, and it wasn't commonly used. Is what I meant to say. Mainly due to the fact that there wasn't really many people living in the Edgelands before. So,
Yeah. We could even bring our ship back here to Bastion if it's alive.
yes, exactly. That'd be a good idea. So, all of you, it's your decision. I'm not your... Oh, well, technically I am your boss. I'll
Well,
leave the decisions up to you.
The third riders passed by that direction, so maybe they know more. Ask them later.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad to try and associate yourselves with them a little bit more as well, just to figure out who they are. And I'm sure they can share some knowledge and skills with all of you as well. So, I need to go find a coffee shop. I'm gonna go do that. I'll be back in my
Sure.
office in about 20 minutes if you need to ask me anything else, so... Just walks away.
Did you guys want to spend like a whole week here?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be rest and recuperate. R&R.
You don't have to spend the full week, but if you wanted to take a long rest, you could. You could also just take like a short rest and then leave after. Like you could do a day of research. Like I'm not gonna stop you, but like a full week of rest and relaxation would be a long rest.
I don't need to stay here for a week. I'm not feeling too worn down, so I can, just a day's rest or two is all that I need.
I'd rather have more so that I recover my my magic.
I agree with Leonaire. I'm a bit sapped, magically speaking.
I mean, aren't we all within Bastion?
Oh, haha. Very funny. Well, yeah, that's the time will give us enough to question that alchemist more about that tree.
Yeah,
Oh.
we could.
Well, a lot to do here too.
Alright. So, what's the decision? Do you guys want to take a long rest, or do you just want to chill for a day or two?
I mean, I say long rest. There's no like time crunch on.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything pressing right now, at least that we're aware of.
I vote for long rest, but I can make it work either way.
I'm down a long rest.
Okay. So, you guys will have 7 days where you can do anything that you would like. I'll give you a brief amount of time to think about it because I need to use the washroom.
All right.
Probably just gonna do more training stuff.
I'll do training. I guess we can ask the other riders about what they experienced on their journey here, and just so we have a safer path.
Yeah, can just also hit up the library and read about like the Sagan and stuff.
Yeah. We could also try to focus on reducing our weaknesses for our next leg of the adventure. Could be useful.
Good idea. I'm gonna
Yeah.
smile into a mirror for the whole week. Maybe it'll be less intimidating.
Wait, so are we going to Voilen or Vine Water?
Let's say maybe fine water would work. Like we could go to the tip,
Yeah.
like on our way, and we could check out the port, and we could see how like viable getting a ship is.
May. And then maybe if we go to Voilen, we can just go from Voilen to Vine Water, take the coast, and we avoid the Thunderbird.
True.
Yeah, but does anyone have ship sailing experience is the real question here.
Moray does.
Oh, more? Yeah. I mean, that's good enough. You could teach us the basics. I think as long as we have one, we could probably maybe get a smaller ship going.
His life's mission is to escape this continent.
I get that.
Okay, I have returned. So,
Welcome back.
thank you. What are everybody up to? Hoj, what are you up to during this week of downtime?
I think Hoj, like we can work on our weaknesses, right?
Yes, you can.
All right, can Hoj, like, I don't know, smile into a mirror for like a couple days, you know? Doesn't look like a fucking insane person.
Okay, so here's the question. Is Hoj trying to temporarily alleviate the symptoms of his weakness, or is he trying to permanently change things?
I guess temporarily.
Okay. Then yeah. I would say that 5 days is more than enough for you to have so like if you just spend 5 days trying to kind of suppress the effects of your weakness, the next instance of your choice, you can ignore your weakness. So like
Okay.
the next time your weakness triggers, or any part of it triggers, and you could be like, okay, I'm gonna ignore this instance. You could say that.
Does it have like a timeout? Like a
Nope,
limit?
it's permanent. You
Okay,
can choose whenever, but you only get one use of it, and you can't stack it.
Got it. Okay, cool. And then
You still have 2 days.
yeah. So I guess for the last 2 days, I'm gonna go back to woodworking.
Okay. Did you start woodworking previously?
I did.
Oh, you did, right. I believe you were trying to learn carpenter's tools, right?
I have carpenter's tools, but I think I was just trying to get like even better.
Expertise, yeah. Yeah, you can spend 2 days trying to train up on it, so that would be 2 additional points of progress if you meet the DC check 10.
What do I roll for that?
Your carpenter's tools.
Oh, right.
Since you already have yeah, no, that's easy. Yeah. 2 more days. You have 2 additional progress on your carpenter's tools expertise. Alright, excellent. Okay, cool. Next. Leonaire. What are you up to?
Yes. Okay, so I have this ability So I think I can turn the branch from the vampiric tree into a dagger.
Cunning artisan. Bone hide from slaying beast country. Plants,
I often have herbalism and poisoner's kit, so I could maybe turn it into something else.
would have had to actually interact with the tree itself. Unfortunately, the bits of branches and scraps and twigs that you've gotten, unfortunately, are not sufficient for that. They're too few, too small, too in between. Like, you didn't get enough. Like, none of them are to the point where you could actually make a proper usable dagger with.
Okay, but maybe darts.
If you
Too
had
small?
killed it, then it would be an entirely different story.
Okay, can I spend time researching if it could be used in the herbalism or poisoner's way?
Sorry, what are you trying to do?
Research if it could be used for like a poisoner poison with vampiric properties.
Oh, you're trying to do research on the actual tree branches themselves that you have acquired.
Yeah.
And you're trying to determine if they have a use in herbalism or poison.
Yes.
Okay. This will take 3 days oh, actually, no. It'll take more. This will take 7 days. Yeah, it would take a full 7 days. But you wouldn't have to roll anything. It's 7 days to discover the full properties of it, to do full testing, and to kind of determine if it can be used for anything. And if it can't, then unfortunately that is just how it is. So it's up to you. Do you want to spend 7 days on this?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. So, you spend the next 7 days analyzing the properties of this material. I will say that you could do 2 simultaneously. So, like, over the 7 days, you could analyze 2 types of material if you want to. Is there any other types of material that you guys have that you want to try and learn about?
You guys collect anything else along the way?
I think Moray was the one in charge of your guys' party inventory, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if you look in your character sheets at the top right, there should be a little tab that says party inventory that you can open up. I don't see any materials in here, and I don't know if you guys have killed anything to be worthy of materials yet.
You got that little birdie that we squished. Yeah. Tiny pieces.
Yeah, no, that's not, no. I mean, you could use the beak of the blue jay as a really, like, hard stone. But it's not going to do anything in addition to it. So, yeah, but you spend the next 7 days. You can analyze up to 2 different types of materials. Okay. Alright. The various different properties that you do find in specific regards to this, I don't have an entry for it, but I will write one for next time. It is specifically very similar properties to... God, let me see if I can find it. I think there was one that was... Okay. It is a very similar property to the Void Bramble. This one specifically. Boom.
Okay.
So if you were to prick yourself after you distill it and kind of concentrate it, you could potentially cause mental distress and to drain the life force from yourself into the actual stick that you have. However, it does require a bit of processing, of which I will say that you could do in like 2-3 days of work.
Yeah, which would be a different time because we
Yeah.
Blonde's researching. Okay. And do I know if I could grow anything from these branches?
No, you would not be able to grow anything from these branches, unfortunately. If you had the seeds of the tree, that's an entirely different story.
Yeah, checking if there are any seeds on these branches.
However, yeah, you didn't see any seeds, leaves, fruits, or anything on the tree, so you don't know if it's even capable of having seeds.
Okay, that's my time.
Alright, who's next? Let's see.
I can go next.
Noah. Yeah. What's up, Noah? What are you doing?
Okay. Over this time period, I want to focus on reducing the effects of my weakness. I will pray to Kavati and look to Kavati for guidance, and reflect on.
Okay. For 5 days, you'll have to kind of concentrate on just suppressing your own weakness, and you will get 1 point of which you can use anytime to ignore the effects of your weakness at any point in the future. However, you can only have 1 point, and it does not stack.
It does not stack. Okay. And then for the last 2 days, I want to spend time doing non-magical rituals and activities for the sect of Kavati in Bastion. See if I can get my reputation up. If not, just start working towards it further.
Okay.
Again, doing menial tasks and things that need doing.
Do you remember how many days you spent last time doing this?
I remember I planned to allocate all my time, but I don't remember how much time you actually told me. I think it was honestly like 5 days, to be honest. So I don't think I'd be able to do that much progress.
5 days plus another 2 days. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely see that the community is kind of warming up to the sect of Kavati. They're very much enjoying the benefits and kind of like the love and security that it gives them. Though it might not be, as powerful as if it were outside of Bastion, it is still definitively, you are improving kind of just like the general mood of the community by your actions, and it's been fantastic.
Just an in-universe question, like Kavati's not looked at as some like weird like deity that just kind of fucks with people, right? Like definitely not evil, definitely not like super good. I know that.
Yeah, he is very much considered to be very neutral. Like,
okay,
he will let things happen, but if there is a change in the balance, then he will intervene.
Okay.
He is very much a mediator, right?
Okay.
So not many people kind of steer towards him. A lot of people steer towards Ukalan specifically, or Wanian. Almost no one goes towards Zevahim, because Zevahim is essentially the pinnacle of evil, right?
Right, yeah.
And most people don't consider themselves to be evil. Though there have been said that Zevahim is not... Actually, give me a religion check.
Religion?
Yeah.
Sick.
I bet there's some weird cult shit going on in Bastion.
You have no idea. Zevahim is like you've never seen a church for them.
Blasphemy for me to know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not exactly blasphemy, but like you don't know anything about them other than that they're there to be the balance against Wanium. However, it's not really like it's strange because Zavahim has essentially no followers, whereas Winiam has many, many followers. And you don't see how this could possibly be balanced.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, you spend some time in the community, you do some good, people are very appreciative of it, and you actually get some money out of it. You get 15 gold from just random people being like, here, this is a gift from my mom.
Let's go. 15 gold. Another I guess, question about Bastion. Maybe this might be a perception check, but how does this particular sect of Kavati view the efforts of Bastion to like rebuild and stuff? Like, how is there anything in particular? Are they like kind of supportive of it, or are they kind of net neutral about it?
Give me an insight check. So, from what you are aware of, this sect of Kavati is kind of like, they do try and uphold their neutrality as much as possible. So they are very much willing to assist if people go to them for help, but they don't actively seek to, assist in things where they might not be wanted.
Okay.
They seem to want the best for people, and they are there to kind of mediate conflicts and ensure that things go about as planned, but they're not really enhancing the efforts unless they're specifically asked to.
Okay. Alright.
So, like, while... Yeah, with a 14 you would get it. While previous sects of Kavati would have been like, okay, we're leaving everything alone. If people ask us for help, we're not going to help them unless, like, we need to, or like Kavati tells us to. But here, they seem a little bit more cooperative and are willing to kind of do their best to ensure that the world is still surviving.
Alright, still exist. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Alright.
because the people in the Kavati sect have realized that, if everybody is gone, there's no one to worship Kavati. So,
Yeah.
at the very least, they can try and survive.
Okay.
But yeah. Next, we go to Elena. What's Elena up to?
Can I spend some time doing sword training, just practicing and sparring with any experienced people?
I don't think you had started last time, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you'll have to find a teacher first. Give me an
Okay.
investigation check or a persuasion check. Okay. You actually come upon, you kind of, speak to a bunch of people, you go through Ebron, and he actually points you at someone very specific. He says, yeah, there's someone on the Bright Guard who's more than happy to train people. He is a very intense person, but he's exceptionally good with a sword. Well, actually, all types of weapon, really. Do you want to train under him? I will tell you right now that his training regiment is incredibly regimented, and honestly, it's kind of fucked up, but it's really good. Like, he's very, very good. He's specifically responsible with, the Pale Riders. He's our general, but he is willing to kind of give specific lessons, especially out to the Riders Beyond, because he knows that your survival is essentially what allows for the rest of us to live as we want. Do you want to meet him?
Of course, I don't think that the outside world is any more forgiving than he is, so...
Well, he will beat you within an inch of your life, but he won't kill you, so...
That's already better than the outside.
Okay, excellent. Let me introduce you to him then. Everyone kind of leads you through the city to another portion of it, of which you had been to at least once before. You had seen that this entire area was set up for training. You see that there's like training dummies made of straw with armor on them. You see, various different targets where archers can shoot, and you see quite a lot of pale riders kind of just in the area, specifically the riders of the walls. They're just, in training. Some of them are honestly really good. Like, there's a surprisingly high amount of skill within all of these folks, and you now see the reason, because there is a man, long wavy hair, who's currently standing on a little bit of a platform, just kind of yelling out orders at the various different people, and you can see that he is there's at least a few hundred people in this training area, and he is calling people out by name and telling them what they're doing wrong in order. He's like, your arm, lower it a little bit. Your elbow's not as flexible as it should be. Make sure that sword is by your side. The shield should be raised up. And then he consistently, is just kind of going through these hundreds of people, and it's kind of insane, actually. But yeah, you see Ebron kind of lead you up to the side, move you off to the side of the platform, and you wait for a brief moment where eventually he actually notices all the rest of you, the two of you, and he kind of yells to the rest of the guards who are training, keep your form in shape! Stop lowering your sword, keep the tip up! Okay, alright. These people are hopeless. He kind of steps off the platform, looks at the two of you. Ebron, I see you've brought me someone new. This is one of the new riders? Yes, this is Elena. This is John Tyven. He's one of the Bright Guards, specifically. He is our military advisor. He's extremely good at what he does, and he's happy, less happy and more frustrated than that he has to train all of these. Well, a good standing army essentially ensures that the rest of us are still alive. I don't want to make sure that all the civilians are trained up. Those who are good, able-bodied, and willing to participate in the military should be ordered and regimented in the way that they are. Some of these folks are useless. I'm gonna be up and straight about it. They are useless. But with a sword in hand and my orders behind them, they could be slightly more than useless. And if they're not slightly more than useless, it'll ensure that we have a higher chance of survival here in Bastion. So, why have you come to me, Miss Elena?
Pleasure to meet you. Was it? Was it John?
Yeah, he said John.
Okay, I was like, I was having a moment there. Pleasure to meet you, John. I'm looking to have someone that would give me feedback on my combat abilities, as you know, I'll be going out periodically, and I'd rather like to come back alive. There's quite a lot of fearsome things out there.
Good survival instinct. You've come to the right person. This is surprising, I'm going to be honest. Ebron, how many of the previous riders have come to me for assistance? Or you, in fact? Actually, now that you mention it, most of them haven't. I mean, they've come to me for, equipment and stuff, and I point them to the direction of our quartermaster, but no training like this. Well, good. I already have a higher opinion of you than any of the other riders, so let's get this started. What are you looking to train?
Well, I'm looking to train my combat abilities
Wrong
with
answer. You start with the basics. Come.
Alina's just like already shaken up and wondering if she made the right decision.
Well, how many days would you like to try and spend to train yourself?
Or rather, how many is he gonna make me do?
Well, he's gonna force you to do the entire 7 days, but you know, you can try and slip away.
No, I'll do 7 days.
Okay. In 7 days, because he is an expert level, he is actually going to give you 14 days of progress.
Oh.
What specifically are you trying to train? Just on a side note, he is the only expert level in all of Bastion. So, if you want to train anything else, unfortunately, yeah.
Can I train to reduce the number required to get a critical hit?
You certainly can. That'll require 50 days. And it can only you can only decrease it by 1.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
And the only reason you can do that is 1, because he's an expert, and 2, because he actually is a champion fighter.
Nice.
Yeah, here, let me give you guys his portrait and his information. Figure ownership, limited, save, and then show character sheet. Boom. John Tidings.
And if I were to go champion fighter later, like the crit thing would stack, right?
No.
Oh.
Wait, what level do you get the crit thing? 3?
I think when you get their subclass, right? 3?
Bingo.
Fuck it, I'll say 8 stacks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't it keep going down for champion? Or does it have to do with rolls?
It goes down another one like later on, like level 15 or something.
Damn, you get a crit on 17, 18, or 18, 19, and 20. With just this.
20% chance?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
insane.
No, I mean, that's the only thing it gets. It's
Well, especially since Elena would have like elven accuracy.
that's kind of what I'm trying to go for, but it's still all RNG anyways.
Shit. Check it out, put some crazy damage. Yeah, that's
Or
all
not.
fighters anyways, so. But yeah. You are forced for all 7 days to drill. But yeah. So you now have 14 out of 50 progress for improved critical, plus 1. Okay. I will say that you guys are now good to click the long rest buttons.
We some rest.
Take a rest. Long rest. We have access to everything.
Mm-hmm. There's food,
Oh.
water, and everything provided within the city, so yes.
It said 50 was the progress.
Yes, it requires 50.
Right? Okay. Training tab is neat.
It is. I really like it. And I actually get to use it. Also, make sure you update your training tab, Hoj.
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask. Does it do that automatically?
No, you
Or
have
was
to
I
roll
supposed
it.
to roll this?
So when you actually do it, you can actually just roll the training tab in your, it like if you click the Carpenter's expertise, it'll roll it for you, like roll item to increase progress.
Oh, okay. I have to do a normal roll. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's still a carpenter's tools check, right? So you have a proficiency in it, and you have your dexterity mod.
Yeah,
So
just
it has
the roll for it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Asking.
It just doesn't show up. Yeah. So, but you could roll it twice because you got it twice. And if it doesn't increase it, you could just you could. 6
Yeah, I got
out
lucky
of
twice.
1. Let's go.
I have to do it manually, right?
Under training, yeah, you could just change it to 14. It doesn't matter because yours you don't need to roll.
Okay.
Specifically for that because he's the one training you. He's essentially forcing it upon you. Okay, alright, there we go. Okay, I need to... do a few things. Some of these things might not be like super balanced because I'm trying to do this for the first time. This is like the first time I've actually gotten a chance to give my players the chance to train and get additional stuff. And because there's infinite things you could technically train, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see how balanced that is.
We are the beta test.
Fuck, it would do it live. Exactly. I love beta testers.
No, we're not beta. We're early access.
You're not even early access. You're like fucking alpha testers, bro.
Is there a battle pass?
No,
luckily
Jake
for
Pass.
You, no.
The impasse.
I am, however, capable of being bribed, though this will not affect your, in-game stuff. I'll just take the bribe and just say, nice, thanks. Just take it as a gift. Okay, but yeah. After 7 days of recuperation, rest, all of you kind of get some time to just chill out. I will message X that he gets 7 days of rest. Xavier, you have 7 days of downtime to do.
Yep. Should we go and go back to Ebron and say we're ready to head out?
Yeah, we are
So
ready to head out.
Alright. So, do you guys just leave, or do you tell Alberon about it? What do you do?
Say like we tell him like, yeah, we'll head over to Fine Water.
We're gonna head over to the tip first and scout it out.
And then maybe we should, ask the other riders one more time just what happened in the past of those areas.
Sure. So, I gotta move the time. Give me 1 second. So, I'm gonna skip forward 7 days. Boom. 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 It is Tilda, the 9th of Matria. It is essentially March. By the standards of the real world, and we will, boom, just go again. But yeah, all of you kind of wake up and are feeling refreshed. Your body's recuperated. Your spell slots are currently, you can't feel them, but you're pretty sure that they're restored. You've taken the rest and the time for recuperation required to kind of get back everything back to the standard of what you want them to be. And now, who are you looking for? Are you looking for Eberron? Are you looking for Zila?
What do you guys think? Maybe Ebron first and then Zila after?
Did you guys want to go talk to Darian or Cora? Like, what's up? What you guys doing?
I'd say Ebron.
yeah, I'd say Ebron first.
Okay. You guys kind of go up to Ebron's office, and right as you're walking in, kind of knock on the door, you hear him from inside. Come in, come in. But yeah, as you guys are walking in, you see that he is currently lounging with his feet up, doing some paperwork on a clipboard. He sits up properly. He's like, oh, like fuck, I don't have to do paperwork anymore, at least for a little bit. What can I help you with? What's up? What all are you doing? Have you made a decision? Rested up? Did some research? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, we rested up. So yeah, hear back from Third Riders? Hear what they had to say?
Yes, I did. So, well, from what I've heard, everything that I've heard, it's dangerous out over in Vinewater. They've encountered quite a few different Sahagins, and most of them are capable of things that, well, the old records say they weren't capable of before. And of course, the people's experience that we've spoken to, they've said, oh, you know, Sahagin aren't supposed to be able to do this usually, at least not above land, so they seem much more powerful than normal Sahagin. One, be careful. So, yeah, I would recommend that you could potentially pursue Vinewater as a main course of action, because the first and the second riders are still not back. The third riders are grievously injured, and Chris, he's got a few shattered bones that need to be, well, repaired, so it'll take a couple of weeks. And, yeah, I don't think Anya is ever going to recover the use of her left arm, at the very least not within Bastion. There are magical items that could be used to kind of enhance her left arm to make it useful again, but that wouldn't work within the city itself, so she's kind of not too upset by it. So it'll take some time for them to get back into the action. Are all of you willing to take up that mantle?
Yeah.
I think so.
So
Go to
yeah, I think
We're
it's
in a
worth it.
position to say no.
No, you are in a position to say no. You could just say that you don't want to do this anymore, you quit, and you can go back to being a civilian. I'm not going to stop you.
No.
Okay, alright. I'm just giving you the option. I'm saying that it is an option. If you don't want to do this anymore, remember that this is well, you are getting paid for it. So, you know, it's less voluntary work and more a job. But, yeah, you can quit at any time. I will have to find someone else, but it'll be disappointing. Yes. So, yeah. Vinewater. You can go over there, do some investigation. Specifically, there were 3 things that I had asked them to search for. Whether there was anybody alive. 2, what the cause potentially could have been. And if there was any reason to suspect that Vinewater could have had, you know, resources and things that could be helpful to us as a 3rd. So 1, living people. 2, causes of the First of Silver. And 3, resources that could be of use. A ship is very useful, however, if it's docked in Vinewater, it would be very difficult to get it over into the Dark Lake. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's only a couple of miles from the edges of the ocean to Dark Lake, so you could potentially do it, but yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather not. Not really experienced moving ships over land.
It's incredibly difficult the larger the ship. If it's just a canoe, it's not too difficult. You could just portage it over. Is that a Canadian thing? Portage? Do you guys know what I'm talking
It
about?
sounds French.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, okay.
It's like a maneuver.
It's essentially taking a canoe and then like putting it over 2 people, and then they're just walking it over land.
Oh, you just like hold it over your head or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a Canadian thing. Okay. Oh, it's like, do they know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I have not. I mean, I might have portaged a canoe unknowingly in my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have called it. I would have just, holding it.
Yeah, I think portage specifically is the practice of carrying watercraft or cargo over land, either around an obstacle in a river or between two bodies of water. Yeah, I don't know.
Makes sense.
Okay, just Canadian things. But yeah. So, I suppose you've got two real options. Voilin for gun pots, or workshop, or whatever it is, and Vinewater for resources, living people, and, well, causes. Well, I suppose I could ask for a fourth thing. It's just anything that's strange or mysterious in Vinewater. But I suppose that was just kind of, a given. So I didn't really say.
Yeah.
I suppose the entire land could be considered to be strange and mysterious. Whatever. So,
Alright. Yeah, so what we were thinking was that we would head over to the tip. Check out the pier over there. And if there are any useful ships, we might take one and sell one over. Maybe to Voilin.
and then sail the rest of the way down towards the edge of Vinewater. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there weren't any, we just head over by land to Vinewater.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think it's a good idea. I'll let all of you proceed with that. Do be careful, though, eh? I wouldn't
Yeah, thanks.
want any of you to end up dead. Well, I suppose that's a given for all of your trips. Just be careful. And if it's too dangerous, come back. Your lives are worth more than whatever it is out there. Right. Yeah?
Thank you,
Yeah. That's it.
sir.
No, I don't. I do not like being called sir. Just it's fine.
Character development. Okay. Thank you, Ebro.
Excellent.
Sorry, sir.
Ah! No. Please. Just. Oh no, I'm good.
How old is Abraham?
He's like mid-30s.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like he's not old by any standards. Like he's Okay, but yeah, I'll let you guys go. So, feel free, do your thing. Have fun. Be careful out there. And I suppose if you can find out any additional information on the Thunderbird that's out there, do tell us. Okay? And well, yeah. He kind of ponders for a second. Maybe I can go ask Silas for something. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Silas, and all the rest of you can go do your thing. Oh shit, Silas is probably not in the city. Kind of walks away, out of his office, past all of you, and then goes down, leaving all of you to yourselves, to your business. And his now empty office, with a lot of paperwork on his desk.
Yeah, let's go find Zila. Maybe we can ask. Have you seen anything else along the journey?
Yeah, and honestly, it's relatively easy to find Zila, because Elena, you saw him like 6 days out of 7 at the training grounds. Not necessarily like training by himself. It looked like he was watching from the side, just kind of sharply observing a lot of it, and he and you had a few like minor conversations where he was like, oh yeah, I'm just here to kind of take in what their movements are like and try and enhance my own through their uses, etc. since he didn't look like he was super injured. But yeah, you go to the training grounds, and sure enough, he's there. Oh, sorry, give me a second. I need to close my curtains. The fucking sun's in my eyes.
Jake's a vampire.
Maybe we don't like sun.
Hiss, hiss.
Me
Well,
too.
the sun is literally in my eyes. Like, I can't see anything.
Then look back at it, Jake.
No, I want my eyes, man. I like being able to see. But yeah, you find him just kind of standing off to the side. He has his katana kind of resting in front of him, and his eyes are closed, and he's currently what appears to be meditating. What do you guys do?
Like, should we interrupt him? It looks like he's focused. I whispered.
Maybe we should wait a bit.
Gonna be pissed.
He just opens up his eyes and looks at the group. Now I can hear you.
Must be the meditation then. And hand steering.
No, you're all very loud.
I see.
What can I help with? As he kind of stands up, brushes the dust off of his pants.
Yeah, so we decided to head out.
Will you be
Either
drinking
towards-
fine water?
Yeah, we decided to either head towards Vinewater or Woodland. And it kind of depended on the pier. The one near the tip of the Edgelands.
Oh, you mean the docks?
Yes.
There is a port city there, or port town. We had not managed to walk into it, but we did see a few ships that looked like they were still intact and floating on the water. Though, there was also quite a few ships who were not intact and floating on the water. They were essentially a small graveyard of ships just off of the tip. We didn't get any closer because we saw no reason to, and we were attempting to make our way to Bastion as quietly and as fast as possible. But there was at least a few ships that most likely could be used. Though
Alright.
I am not a carpenter, I am not a skilled fixer of any of those. Maybe they were in a shape that couldn't be used anymore, and I was simply not aware of it. I'm unsure.
Well, we got our own carpenter right here, and we can got like a sailor, so
Oh, excellent. That will make for fantastic resources to get you on the way.
Did you see anything in the water when you're walking along the dark lake?
In the water, there was a creature in the midst of the dark lake that we had seen in the distance. It appeared to have been quite large. Maybe it was a shark of some sort. But there was a large, singular fin that broke out of the water at points. And it was intimidating, even from a far distance, given that the fin itself was quite large. We never approached the water, so we were never close enough to be able to determine how dangerous it may have been.
Alright, thank you.
And here I was hoping that there would be nothing in the lake.
If I recall correctly, you guys had seen something in the lake before.
Yeah, we saw the same thing.
Yeah, you guys had seen a pretty similar thing. I think that is too much to hope for. In a land such as this, The only thing that we can pray for is that they will not immediately kill us, or attempt to. At the very least, within Bastion, we are within our own safe haven.
Yeah. Well, definitely like to keep it that way.
That is why we step out of these walls, to ensure our own safety, and to ensure that the lands around are not devastated. Though we have made very little progress in the last 20 years, I can feel things are picking up. Signs. There are things changing.
Yeah. Still fresh in our minds. Versus Silver and Orange does think I can keep going.
There have been kids who have been born who are capable of speaking now who don't remember the first of Silver. Young adults who are around that have ever known, that have ever only known Bastion. And though sometimes I wonder whether it's a good thing. Maybe it would be better if they knew of the darkness and trouble that we had gone through to ensure they could live like this.
After having experienced it, I wouldn't wish that upon even those that I hated most.
Yet one cannot be ignorant of the issues that plague our world, because they do directly affect us. I apologize. I may be too philosophical for the morning of Atilda. But I wish all of you luck. Find a ship, get to Vinewater, and let me know if you find anything interesting. I would love to hear your reports. Maybe we will be recovered and would have gone out on our own mission by the time that you've returned. He kinda takes a light bow. Now, I will get back to my meditation, unless there was something else you need.
Yeah, just one quick thing. Who's your ranger? Who's the one who directed you to safe passages?
Who directed us?
Yeah, maybe I'll.
It was Anya. She is a very capable ranger. Specifically in the fact that, well, every time she hides, she is impossible to see. That she does not reveal herself to anyone unless she specifically wishes to. And she is capable of imparting some of that to the rest of us, which we are so very lucky to have. But I am confident all of you can remain hidden within the lands so long as you are slow and steady and careful.
Thank you.
Excellent. He kind of sits back down, crosses his legs, and you can see he kind of lays out his sword in front of him again and just sits there, ponders and meditates.
Okay.
Alright, so what are you guys going to do now?
Onward to adventure.
Can I quickly exchange notes with Anya, like ranger to ranger, just so I can direct our party to safety?
You go and kind of attempt to find Anya, and you can see that she is, taking some time to rest. And yeah, you find her. You can see that she's kind of, having a drink currently with Ray. Relatively early in the morning. It seems that it's just coffee. It's not alcohol. But yeah, you kind of go to her with Gray, talking a little bit. You guys exchange notes. What are you specifically looking for?
like the path that she took, like more, explicitly what to avoid, certain fauna that may look safe, but is actually it's dangerous. Just like pretty much mostly about the path that she took. To
She gives you the exact path she took, or her and her companions took. She says that there are cliffs to the north end of that area that are relatively easy to hide behind, but they weren't used because they had a cart with them. So the way that they hid it is because that the grasslands over there was relatively high, their cart was relatively low, so they could actually manipulate and kind of change things around. They had a lot of these bundles of fresh grass that they changed out every couple of days. So it was just resting on top of the cart. One, it provided good cover, and two, it was really good camouflage. The grass itself in that area is really tall. So it was actually like around 5 feet tall. In some places it got up to like 7, almost 8 feet. So it was very dense, and it was actually very difficult to travel through. But it allowed them to avoid eyes and things, ears for the most part. However, she does tell you that there is creatures. There are creatures within the grass. They got lucky and didn't encounter any of them because they were hidden, like stealthy and very like quiet. But there were things in the grass that potentially could have attacked them if they weren't so quiet and stealthy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm giving you the TLDR because Anya is a character in Grace's story, and I'm not going to... it feels weird not having him here when I'm...
I'm gonna assume that Gray's not with the party at the moment, so she doesn't see him.
Gray was with her having coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
We just like walk up to him like, hey, what's up? You wanna join us? Even though you're part of our company, you wanna join us on our next expedition?
Do you guys want to drag Gray out?
No, I'm just joking.
I mean, I actually don't know when... Okay, let me go talk to him. I think... Did your...
Should put like a tentative, like maybe like with us, maybe not with us. So I assume we're gonna be gone.
Like if he's with you guys, I'll just say like he's with you guys. But like if he actually shows up to play, well he's currently in the other side of the world. But if he does show up, I'll be like, okay, yeah, Gray's been with you guys all along.
Okay.
It doesn't really change things too much, like if he's there or not. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, then let's head off.
Onward.
Adventure.
Well, for certain,
waits.
you guys have Moray with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Moray's like, oh, adventure to the sea, to water. Hell yeah, let's go. Well,
to
also,
like,
it's his job and responsibility to be part of the riders, so he's going. But yeah. Okay. It looks like he's not able to join us, or at the earliest he'll know if he's able to join us is next week, so the 31st. Actually, on the 31st, do you guys want to play? Or do you guys have other things that you need to be doing?
I might be home.
I might be busy.
Okay. I mean, if two of you are busy, then we'll probably just not have a game that week, and then we'll play... I am not available on the 7th or the 14th.
But then, be a long break then.
Yeah.
Next week is Christmas Eve.
So, do you guys want to play on the 24th?
I'm not doing anything Christmas Eve.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, it's
Maybe-
also like in the morning, so.
Yeah. No, I'm doing the thing.
So anybody busy on the 24th?
Maybe.
24th, yeah, I will be.
In the morning?
Maybe not the more.
I don't know.
Maybe
It's up
not.
to you.
Depends if it's like this time. Maybe not. But any later, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll still be this time, so we'll still be running at the same time. So we'll say tentatively 24th we will have a game, 31st we will not have a game, and then 7th and 14th we will not have games.
Okay. For the 24th, I might be iPhone man.
Oh, that's alright.
Okay.
Do you not have a laptop you can bring around?
I do, but I think the microphone on it's really, really bad. Oh no, I'm gonna be on like I can listen through
Yeah,
Discord and stuff,
But your
but I
Discord
can't talk.
can just be on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
could chat if you can't talk. Like on
Yeah.
Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Mm.
All good. Okay, so okay, actually 7th, 14th. I need to I think both 7th and 14th I'd be kicked out of the hotel by the time this session would end.
Yes. You could find like a coffee shop somewhere to hang out for 3 hours.
Bruh, nah, I'm not DMing in a fucking coffee shop. Are you kidding me? Yo,
Jake.
that'd be so weird, man. It's so weird.
Sure, you could find places, but it depends on you.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I will let you guys know, but the chances are I will not be available those days, 7th and 14th, because I'm taking like a really long extended vacation for 2 weeks in January. So I'm just gonna be like, see ya, bye. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, all of you, leave the city of Bastion. Was there anything that you wanted to purchase or do before you left? You still have, you don't have to leave right away. You can.
Health potions.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to go and buy more from Cora?
How many do we have?
Yeah,
I have no idea how many you guys have.
I have 0, so you guys can. But
Let's just buy as many as we can.
Elena has 0. Gray's inventory doesn't count currently. Hoj has 1.
I think I need to buy some.
Leonaire has none.
I think I
Did
could
you
make
recover your 2 hunting traps, Leonaire?
yeah,
You should probably change your number from 0 to 2 then.
0. One of these 0.
Moray has 1 healing potion. No, he has none. Moray has no healing potions. And I think Noah has his healer's kit, which is really good. But healing has
I have none.
Yeah.
No, I'm at 0. Yeah, I need to buy some.
Okay. Well, let's see how many Cora has made in this time. I'm gonna roll a
Or
D100. Oh, okay. All right.
Damn.
Damn, she's doing good. She's doing real
Jesus
good.
Christ.
She has 6 normal healing potions, 1 greater healing potion, and 1 what was the 3rd tier? Fuck, I don't remember what it was called.
Superior?
I think it was no. It was greater. Oh yeah, it was superior. Yes,
The Supreme.
and then superior. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, potion of healing. So the there are also prices for the potions of healing. Let me go grab that. Give me 1 moment.
How often do you get paid?
I think it was at the beginning of every month, right? Is that what I said before? I'm pretty sure that's what I said before. So I will say that. Oh, yeah. You guys would have gotten a paycheck before, or right when you got back to Bastion.
How much we get paid?
I believe it was 250 gold per month.
Hey,
nice.
buy some potions, eh?
Has it been a month?
Yeah.
I get 250 gold.
It's the 9th of Matria, and you guys spent the last 7 days resting, so It's been at least a month. Yeah, so all of you can add 250 gold to your inventories.
Oh,
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Plus 250 GP as well for monthly payment.
I don't even edit anything. Why do I lack the permission?
You shouldn't lack the permission for anything. It just
It
says
always
that.
says that whenever
Yeah,
I do that.
I don't know why. That's weird. Oh, user viewer lacks permission to update setting. Okay, I think I know why. Okay, I'm gonna. And why is it only on your sheet? I don't think it does that for anybody else.
It did it for me too. It
Oh.
allowed me to update it, but it just yelled at me.
Okay, here, let me do something really quickly. User management. I'm gonna change viewer into a game master. No, assistant GM. Sorry, it restarted the thing. Okay, maybe now it will stop getting mad.
When I edit something, we'll see.
Yeah, you should be able to go for it. Ooh. Ooh. They can see a lot more than I'd want them to see, but that's fine.
I'm not watching this stream, I swear.
Oh, there's nothing really on the stream that I'm showing, because all the folders and everything is collapsed. And I don't open anything on the viewer screen, so it should be fine. I'm just wondering why it does that. Okay, did you change anything, and did it change anything on the... Doesn't look like the message popped up.
I haven't. Let me
Yeah.
change my gold again.
Yeah, go for it.
I got it again. User Philip lacks permission to update settings.
Oh.
It's whatever. It doesn't. It updates. Like it's lying to me.
That's very strange. Very strange indeed. You are accessing the setting data object, which is no longer used since V10, the document class, and its contained data model are merged into a combined data structure. Oh, that's what it is. It's an incompatibility issue. Okay, that's fine.
Well, everything looks right on my sheet, so.
Yeah. Like it's still updating the number. It's just like it's making a call that it shouldn't. That's fine.
Oh well.
Yeah. Okay. Money. But yeah, I think someone hasn't changed their money yet.
Me.
So money in there. But yeah, you guys get 250 gold. I need to go find the actual thing in regards to how much money everything is worth. Here. Okay, I found it. I'll
Man, you
put
guys
this
are.
into announcements
You
just
love
for
it.
your guys' sake. That'll be easy. Boom, there you go. So a potion of healing is 50 gold, a potion of greater healing is 100 gold, and a potion of superior healing is 500 gold. You can make them yourselves. However, you would need the materials to do so and the knowledge to do so, which I believe none of you have the prerequisites for.
Oh, I do. I have a herbalism kit.
Ooh, okay. All right.
But
Well,
yeah, I
you
don't have the materials. So.
you for the herbalism kit, you can make a potion of healing.
Yeah.
But you can't make a potion of greater healing until you're level 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see on there it says minimum character level, right? So you would
Yep.
craft, and it requires time.
Yeah, I could do it too, guys. We ever got the stuff?
And
We found some
materials.
stuff.
So there's 2 ways to acquire materials. You can either just buy it from somewhere in town. There's a limited amount of materials, but there are a lot of materials around. Actually, there's 3 ways technically. 2, you get seeds and you plant them in the farm. And 3, you find them out in the wild. But yeah. She has 6 normal potions available, 1 superior and 1 greater.
You see the price is 50, 100, 250?
50,
500.
100, 500.
Ooh, okay. I'll let everyone else decide first, because I have some healing of my own, but I will buy whatever's remaining.
I don't think we need a supreme.
There, you can't.
Yeah,
There
it's
is no supreme.
kind of steep.
It's 6 healing, 6 greater, or 6 healing, 1 greater, and 1 superior.
No, yeah, we don't need a superior. We can just get the greater and the normals.
Yeah, greater is 46. Or how much is it? Greater? Healing?
Greater is 44, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, 4d4 plus 4. So a normal potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2. Greater is 4d4 plus 4. A potion of superior healing is 8d4 plus 8. And a potion of supreme healing is 10d4 plus 20.
Yeah, I mean, once the greater, I don't need as much because I can also heal. So I'll probably still buy.
Yeah. If you don't have healing, then you guys buy first.
Yeah, I'll buy 1 healing potion just so I can hold on to it.
Could get the big boy potion.
For fun.
It would be.
Yeah. We'll also just spend our money on it.
It's also, like, really worth it. Because 8d4 plus 8 instantly with a bonus action?
Yeah. Plus, there's nothing else to spend our money on. Can't buy magic items.
Currently,
Think about it.
yeah.
Once we find another
I
city.
might do it. I'm gonna buy the big boy supreme.
Superior?
Or yeah, sorry, superior.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're both S's. That's a.
Yeah. That's, yeah. Oh well.
So that's 500.
Yeah, it's 500.
I want to deduct from my platinum first. What is it? It's 10 platinum per.
It's
Or
1
10 gold
platinum.
per plat.
Yeah. 10 gold per plat.
So that's 160, and then
What potions are remaining?
1 greater and 6 regular.
I think Leonir bought 1 of
I bought 1 regular.
so there's just 5 and then 1 left.
go to.
No, why not? I'll buy all the remaining potions.
Oh, okay.
Healing.
Sure.
Why not? So it's 5 normal potions and 1 greater healing potion. How much do they cost again?
It is 50 for the normals and then 100 for the greater.
It's not too much.
So 350. 350.
Mm.
16 platinum is 160 gold.
Oh, okay. Hoj, I'll import the superior healing potion into your.
Okay, thanks. I was trying to find it.
There you go. You should have it in your inventory now.
I see it.
And then who bought the greater?
Me.
Okay, Elena has the greater.
Yes.
Potion of greater healing. Oh, there you go. And then the potion of healing, you guys can just buy it in your own sheets, I believe. On the top right, if you go to the equipment shop, I think if you type in potion of healing, it should be in there. Yeah, it is.
How do you open the shop without it taking your money?
I believe you press control. Yeah, you press control when you're buying the item. Or you're putting it into your cart.
We could share with Maury. We don't. Be awesome.
I'm sure Morin can figure it out himself. He'll be like, give me one of those. Uh-huh.
I'm just taking it in case we need it.
And we might be in for like a month even, so.
Yeah,
They don't expire, right?
No, healing potions do not expire. You're good.
Well, I think they would in a long time.
I mean, there are potions that literally sit inside of dungeons for years and years and decades, and they don't expire, so... What you're aware of, due to the processes of alchemy, potions do not become perishable. How very lucky and convenient.
Magic.
Well, not quite magic, but close enough, yes. Alright, but yeah. You guys buy your potions. Do you want to buy rations, equipment, anything else?
Minus rations.
You
Wait,
did get
what
a
normal
bunch.
potions are remaining? Is it 4?
None. All of them were bought.
Oh, we bought every single one, okay.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe she minded one for how much she made. Kind of crazy.
Wait, can I get a singular healing potion, just in case? For anyone who bought a
you'd have to ask
bulk
me.
one?
You can just take it out.
My friends.
Yeah, you can just add one to your inventory. I'll take one out.
Okay. I just need a singular one.
Yeah, it's emergency.
Just in case. Alright. But yeah.
Okay, rations. I can hunt for food, but hunting's pretty dangerous.
Hey Jake, the minimum character level in that table, that's to make it, not to drink it, right?
That's to make it, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm glad potions aren't level gated.
No.
Where do we see your maximum carrying capacity?
Your max carrying capacity, you'll have to go under my rules to actually go see it. It should be under world info, world, and then rules. Yeah,
I see my
carrying capacity.
weight.
It doesn't. Oh, wait, did it? Why is your weight not in your inventory anymore? What?
I don't see my 12 weight.
That's weird.
No, it was there. We had a Humbrance.
It's
Okay.
weird.
Let me go check the settings. It might be something that I turned off or turned on. Let's
So yeah,
This
do
should be
high carrying.
tidy sheets.
I want to know how much stuff I can bring. How much food and water.
Players.
I have this ritual, which will help.
Oh, okay. Boom, there you go. If you close your character sheets and reopen them, they should pop back up. Yeah, your carrying capacity is now back on your sheets.
Yep. Oh, I'm getting up there.
Oh, there it is.
You guys are carrying a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that you do have, like, barracks and a chest that you can store stuff in Bastion if you so wish.
Yeah, I'm overloaded. Why did I
If only we can carry enough.
The rules for carrying capacity are here. I might do something to... I think there was a module that I wanted to install that would help with this so that I didn't have to work on it myself. Give me a moment, I'll have to open up some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think this feature is working for me currently for my encumbrance.
Yes, it should be. Okay, so it was download variant encumbrance module. Okay, I'll put that in my notes and I'll do that for next time. Okay, but yeah. Are all of you ready to depart, or is there anything else that you wish to pachaso get ready with?
I'll get some lantern oil.
Lantern oil, certainly. You can buy most of this at standard price, unless I specifically tell you that you cannot buy it at standard price, or there's something different that you have to do for these things. In this case, lantern oil, easy enough to come across. Bastion is lacking a lot of resources, but that is not one of them. Give me a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm okay. I think. Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey,
It's probably just a lot of talking. It's fine.
someone's prepped and ready to go.
Alright, so you guys are ready to go?
I'm ready.
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as all of you begin to kind of depart from the city of Bastion, you begin to make your way out and begin to traverse to the east and, specifically to the northeast. One in an attempt to shy away from the Thunderbird and kind of try and make your way around as much as possible. And if I recall correctly, because of the dangers of this world, we rolled an encounter every 2 days. So, as you guys are traversing through the path, are you trying to go quickly, or are you trying to go stealthily? Or are you just going?
Stealthily.
Do we have a ranger?
Sorry?
We have a ranger, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a ranger. Ranger
Does
is.
that help us?
It does. Leonaire, do you have a feature that specifically allows you to assist your group in travel time? I can't remember.
I think
Or
that's
stealthing?
like the
Is it Natural Explorer?
check.
Or is it Deft Explorer? Oh, no, it was only when you were traveling alone you can move stealthily at a normal pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But
I don't
yeah,
have Natural Explorer.
as you guys are going a little bit slower and you're attempting to be quiet, your chances of encountering something is lowered. But I will need a stealth roll to determine how much it's lowered by, or if it's lowered at all. So I need everybody who is here to give me a stealth check, please.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, no.
How did I know?
boy.
How did I know? How did I know?
No.
It's a group stealth check, right? You can make up for it, right?
Is a group
Critical
stealth check.
failure.
So,
Jesus.
fortunately, it would appear that some of you are kind of, making up for some of the others. Though, unfortunately, it appears that Noah is not making up for anybody.
Sure, Murray would have.
Yeah, Hoj, Elena, the two of you are doing quite well and kind of managing to go throughout the lands with relatively little issue and kind of seeing the actual grasslands themselves are spreading out in front of you. The various different cliffs to the north are beautiful, and honestly, if it wasn't for the potential threat to your lives as you walk out of Bastion and into the world beyond and feel your magic kind of surge back into your bodies, it would be nice. It'd be really nice. But at this current moment is a bit of tension, as you guys realize that your friend, your companion, Noah, is not exactly the quiet type. But you do your absolute best to try and kind of cross these lands without too much issues. And for the most part, you do avoid the attention of the world or the creatures. But as you get further to the north, further to the actual areas where you're supposed to be traveling towards the... Okay, I'm going to erase this path because that's actually getting in the way. I can't move the party token. As you guys are getting up to here, I will need someone to roll me a D100. I was gonna say Noah do it, but it's fine. Anybody in the party can do it.
Before that, can I summon my Pokemon back?
Yes, you can. You could take, I would believe it was... Oh no, it just runs to you because it's still alive, right?
Yeah, I think I just dismissed it or something.
In the cave. I forgot.
Yeah, it just flies back to you, lands on your shoulder, just chills out there. But yeah, I need someone to roll me a D100.
Noah could do it.
Alright.
That's me up.
Alright, yeah, right. Alright, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's not a 1.
It's not a 1. There is a 1, not a 1 though.
Okay. As you guys continue progress forward, you can see that the weather actually takes a little bit of a turn for the worst. But all of you give me a nature check.
Ooh.
Oh, you have no idea. You're like, oh, rain, shit.
Yeah. Seeing
Okay, well, I live in the nature. Can't fail this.
Oh, Leonard, why'd you jinx yourself, bro? Elena, Noah, the two of you realize that with this incoming rainstorm, the possibilities of you being spotted by this Thunderbird is actually significantly lowered because, one, it's high in the air and it's probably floating at like either just below the clouds or above it, but because of the actual nature of the rain, it'll be very easy for you to kind of avoid its gaze. So yeah, you will have an advantage for your next leg of the journey, so long as you are traveling still stealthily.
Yeah.
However, that seems to be the encounter, at least as far as you're aware. As you guys continue to travel, you can see that the grass now begins to get higher and taller and much more lush, to the point where some of it feels like it's almost pushing against you, and you realize, oh shit, it actually is. I need all four of you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
Is this something I
Oh
can see?
boy.
This is something you can see.
Huh.
Damn.
Please don't fail me. Please.
Well,
I mean,
Hoj is the only one who succeeded.
I have blessed. Oh no, I do not. I no longer have blessed. It only lasted 1
It
week.
only lasted 1 week. You decided to go, so yeah. But Hoj, you kind of grasp the intentions of this grass, and you realize that you are probably walking upon a plane of grass that has a tiny little bit of sentience or intelligence or something, and it's trying to steer your party in a direction you don't necessarily want to go. Elena, Leonard, and Noah, you are relatively unaware of it. You can feel that this grass seems to be grabbing at your ankles and kind of stabbing into your leg ever so a little, but it's not really causing any real damage. It is very distracting. And then Hoj, you look up and you realize the three of them that were supposed to be just around you are no longer there. How tall is Hoj?
I am 7'11", I think.
Okay, yeah, no, you easily tower over this grass. You kind of push it away to the side. You do a little bit of a hop, and give me a perception check.
Perception.
Ooh. unfortunately, due to the grass shifting, the wind blowing, the actual rain coming down ever so slightly, you currently don't see your companions, like, at all.
Hello? Noah?
Is anyone there? Am I
Leonard?
all alone?
Are you shouting that, or are you just, like, saying that?
I can shout it.
Okay. The rest of you, give me a perception check.
This is my time to shine.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, the rest of you hear Hoj shouting that from behind you. Like, a relatively decent distance behind you. Elena, you unfortunately don't seem to hear it. And Leonard and Noah, the two of you stop moving. And in that brief moment, you realize something's not right. As both of you turn around to look and see where you are heading, you realize you're about 6 steps away from a cliff.
Oh,
Elena, on the other hand, did not realize.
Can I send my bird up to like look?
As you're stepping forward, you kind of send up your bird to look, and within half a second, your bird's like, "Oh shit, something's not right," as you take the first step off of the edge. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
yeah.
Okay. Luckily, you're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" You realize as your foot hits empty air, and it tumbles down, your other knee just collapses in on itself, and you manage to catch yourself on the grass, and you don't fall. But as you push open a little bit of the grass, you realize that you are now standing at the edge of what appears to be a cliff. And it's not like a dangerously long drop, but it's at least 40, 50 feet down to the next level. And you can see that though it is not grass per se, it is an area that seems to be dyed a little bit red, as you do see what appears to be 2 or 3 deer at the bottom of it, currently skeletons, and a large amount of blood. Before you stand up, you're like, that's probably not good. But Noah, Leonard, the two of you have heard Hoj's call, but Elena is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, can I follow the voice?
Yeah, with relatively little issue, you kind of manage to push through. And given that Hoj is so tall, you can actually just see him as you're standing on your tippy toes. You're gonna push through. You manage to get back to Hoj with not too much of an issue, and Noah, you do very much the same thing. But the three of you kind of stand around, gathered in a small group, and you realize that Elena is not here.
Oh, it's Elena. Oh no.
Somebody get on my shoulders.
So, what would all of you like to do? Is someone getting on Hoj's shoulders?
Anyone have a better
No.
idea?
Can I send my bird up?
Yes, Elena, you do send your bird up, and your bird, kind of flying high into the air, can now actually see quite a bit of the surroundings, and it can actually see the other three. They're actually not that far away from you. They're like maybe 15 feet away. Do you move towards them?
Sure, I'll follow with bird guiding me.
And after a little bit, the three of you kind of like frantically looking around as Elena kind of pops up out of the grass. Now the four of you are once again back together.
Elena pops up as I'm climbing on Hoj's shoulders. I'm like, oh, Elena.
Don't go that way, guys. That's a bad idea.
Okay,
I
you
almost
never
fell
headed
off
in
a
the wrong
cliff.
Direction.
Well, we should be fine to navigate through this now that we know the correct way.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you're that close to a cliff.
You got a close one there.
It's strange though. It seems like this grass is luring us off the cliff. I saw a bunch of animal corpses at the bottom, and I think a bunch is it a pool of blood?
Like a pool of dried, like dark red liquid that you're pretty sure is blood.
Okay, yeah. It's not like the vampire tree.
No.
I was about to say if we ran into another one of those things. Yeah, it feels like the grass here is almost alive. Kind of feels freaky. I don't want to get out of this grass as soon as
The
possible.
rest have always been alive. You just never really thought through it.
Just glare at Leonir. That was not the time.
Alright. But as all of you continue your journey, your first obstacle is relatively little, easy to take care of. You have stealth checks, but this time you have advantage.
Surely that would mean that
Surely.
Oh,
I know, this
Okay.
episode-
Alright. Okay, that's not bad. That's not
could be
terrible.
Could be
what can
worse.
I say?
That's pretty good. Alright. Yeah. Over the course of the next 2 days, I believe you guys were going to the tip, right? Like over here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, you guys managed to get there with relatively little issues. Pushing through the various tall grasses, eventually you kind of push through to the point where the tall grass isn't really an issue anymore. The size of it begins to shrink and kind of pull down, and rather than being up to your chest or past or higher, now it just seems to be a little bit lower, and now, like, you know, much more tame. They only rise to about just below your waist. Still like 2.5, 3 feet tall, but not to the point where they can really obscure you and kind of get in the way of your progress. Now, as you glance over towards the actual port town itself, you can see very similar to the image that was described to you previously by Zila. Maybe half a dozen ships are currently moored on the piers and the port. They appear to be floating. You see 2 rather large galleons, 1 smaller sloop, and 3 small fishing boats that are kind of there. 2 galleons, 1 sloop, and 3 fishing boats.
Cool.
And further away from the actual shore itself, you can see a variety of different wooden kind of floating boats. Some of them crashed and broken to pieces just in the area, and it just looks like a vast kind of field of wooden debris that expands relatively far away from the actual pier itself. So you'll probably have to sail your ship through that if you wish to actually get through it. But glancing at the actual location of the town itself, it's not terribly interesting. But all of you give me a perception check.
Hey, does my nat 20 from before count over?
Specifically for this, your nat 20 from before does not, because it happened more than an hour ago.
Alright, I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been much more than an hour. And by those hours, I mean those are in-game hours, not like, you know, real-life hours. But yeah, the rain still continues to fall, but as all of you are glancing towards the direction of the actual city itself, Hoj, I'd like a perception check from you as well.
Oh.
Yeah, oh, excellent. Good thing I asked. Elena, Leonard, the 2 of you glancing over the town, it's kind of a boring little town. There really isn't too much to actually see. Everyone sees what I'm going to say now. But there appears to be maybe like a dozen actual buildings that are still standing, most of them composed of wood, but there are 2 that appears to be made of like either brick and mortar or some sort of stone. One appears to be a relatively large warehouse on the side of the actual port itself. While Noah, Hoj, the 2 of you spot appears to be like a small manor that is on the other side of this warehouse, the other side of town from the warehouse, and the manor, it looks like it was burnt down. not recently, but it looks like it was burnt down. And it's kind of like very strange because none of the other buildings are burnt down.
Hey, why is that building burnt?
We should check that out.
Also notice that one of the fishing boats and the sloop are actually comparatively in decent condition, because you realize both of those, one of the sloops and one of the fishing boats, they're sitting between the two galleons, which seems to have protected them from the actual elements a lot more. So the sloop or the fishing boat, both of which are capable of fitting up to at least 6 people, seem like they would require minimal repairs. Very minimal repairs.
I'll patch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the galleons, we would need like a lot of crew to man it too, right?
Yeah. As you're kind of glancing over towards Moray, he looks at you. Yes, a galleon requires a minimum of 10 crew. Probably a lot more than that, but you kind of glance over at him and he's like, yeah, galleons are a little bit out of our scope. The sloop and the fishing boat are both well and easily within our scope, but he kind of explains that the sloop is probably the better alternative comparatively to the fishing boat. One, it'll have a little bit more room. The sail is a lot easier to control. Two, if you're actually in danger, you'll probably get a chance to repair the hull rather than just sinking like the fishing boat would. Because the fishing boat is maybe 10 feet by like 4 feet long. So like it'll be cramped for 6 people to sit on top. While the sloop is relatively comfortable at about 35 feet long and about 15 feet wide.
Are there weaponry?
There
Cannons?
is no weaponry on any of them. The galleons appear to have like 4 cannons on each side, but looking at them, they are rusted beyond use.
Oh, never used a cannon before.
Maybe you can take it back to Bastion and fix them up.
Oh wow, I don't know.
Wait, Bastion is on the coast, right?
Bastion is on the coast, yes.
So you can technically just sail and they sail these ships there. Okay. Wait, does Bastion have a port?
It does. Well, it has a singular dock where like a few people fish off of. It doesn't have an actual port.
But that dock can kind of service if we take the sloop there.
The sloop? Yes. The galleons? Absolutely not.
Is the water too shallow?
Much too shallow.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe if we figure out a safe sailing route. I don't know how sailing really works. I've only used the fishing boat.
Well, good thing we have Moray.
He gives you a thumbs up.
I think we're all good in the sailing part.
Yeah.
Can definitely fix it up.
So should we check out the town first?
Yeah, we should first scout out the town, see if it's all safe.
We should look at that burnt house.
Burnt
Oh.
house.
Open house.
The big one, it's the big manor, right?
Yeah, it's a manor that has been completely burnt to the ground. So there probably at one point have been at the very least 1 floor, maybe 2, maybe 3. But currently it is just like a pile of debris on one side of town.
Oh, that pile of rubber over there.
I wonder if this was recent or happened a long time ago.
Well, I guess we better check it out.
Yeah, we'll walk there.
Could we investigate?
Yes, investigate.
Yeah. Think they got a basement?
I
Okay.
bet they did.
Let's look
As
around.
you guys kind of begin to wander over towards the actual manor itself, getting closer to it, you do notice that it probably had been burnt down quite a long time ago. Maybe not quite 20 years, but it's hard to tell the actual age of it. But all of you can give me a history check in an attempt to do it. If you have woodcarver's tools proficiency or carpenter's tools proficiency, you get a +1.
How do I add that?
You could just say you have a +1 to whatever you roll.
Full plus.
That's the easy part.
Piece of shit.
No!
God damn.
Wait, is this a stone thing?
This is not a stone thing.
God damn it!
It is a wood thing. Glancing at the actual wood itself, Noah, Leonaire, Hoge, unfortunately, due to the weathering, how it's set up, your lack of knowledge, you just aren't able to really determine how old this is, or how long it's been here, or how long it's been burnt. Elena, you can tell that because of the weathering, this has been here for quite a while. At the very minimum, it's been more than 5-6 years since it was burnt down. But you can't tell the cause, you can't tell how it burnt down, you can't tell why. But you can tell that a lot of the ash and kind of charcoal that would have been present has actually been washed away, probably by rain, maybe even the waves, the water, high tide, things like that.
Is this also the only building that's been burnt down this way?
Yes, this is the only building. Every other building is either like rotting because they haven't been taken care of and like they're collapsing in on themselves, but none of them are burnt down. Like actually, yeah.
Guys, it's been a long time since it's burnt down. I think maybe like 5 to 6 years, maybe longer. There's
What? It's the only one burnt.
I'm not sure. Maybe we should search through the rubble and maybe we can find some more clues.
Yeah, I could pick up this research. I'm not sure I was here before, but could be useful.
Okay. So, all of you are going to attempt to search the remains of this burnt down manor?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
give me a investigation check. Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
Hodge. Okay.
I've been rolling. Okay.
God
That's a lot of fantasy.
damn, bro. Noah, unfortunately, just kind of like moving some of the timber frames, the actual wood, there isn't much to find. You find like a singular cabinet that is still relatively intact, and you open it,
Okay.
and on the interior, it's just like a bunch of dried aprons. And most of it has been eaten by moths or some sort of worm or something, and it's just decaying as you pick up one of the pieces. Just like disintegrates in your hand. Leonaire and Elena, the two of you kind of glancing around, you manage to move some of the wood pieces. You shift some of the stones. What at one point was probably the foundation. You move like a couch that was partially made of marble, so it didn't burn down entirely. But there's nothing too interesting in here until the two of you, essentially at around the same time, bump into what appears to be like a small steel lockbox. And kind of pulling it out. It's not particularly large, maybe half a foot by 6 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches, and you do see that it appears to be locked, and the entire surface of it is just covered in soot. And Hoach, you find what appears to be a trapdoor. After kind of like digging through the actual area itself, you move one of the timbers and you're like, hey, that's a latch. Oh, that's a trapdoor. As you move the rest of the actual kind of pieces of debris off of it, you do find what appears to be a trapdoor. It seems that the top of this trapdoor is made of steel and was probably the reason why it wasn't burnt down. But as you lift it, it's quite heavy. Give me an athletics check. Or actually, sorry, do you want to lift it?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah. Yeah, no, with 13 you managed to grab it. Ugh, it takes a little bit, but the rest of you all hear Hoj heave and the entire top of the door, like, it doesn't come off the hinges, but it sounds like it does. As it crashes back down onto the ground, you see that the hinges just break off. You are not going to be able to close this again, but it is open now. And glancing down, it appears to be some sort of wine cellar, basement. You're not entirely sure, but there is a ladder that descends down. Yeah, given that there isn't much sunlight to go off of, and it's a really dreary and kind of rainy day, you can see the interior of this wine cellar seems to be filling with a little bit of water. Just a very thin layer at the bottom.
Hey everybody, I found the trap door.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, houses like these always have some kind of secret to hide.
Of course, me and Elena found a little metal box here.
But yeah, you found a little metal box, and you found the entrance to what appears to be a wine cellar of some sort. What would all of you like to do?
Enter the wine cellar.
Okay. Yeah, Elena, as you kind of slide down the ladder, you realize, oh, this ladder is going to disintegrate in my hands if I move, like, in a rough way. You get to the bottom, and you basically tell everyone else that, and, but glancing around, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, due to the rain and kind of like the dimness in here, your eyes are adjusting and you get a little bit of dust in your eyes. You can't really see around, but you can see that it's not a terribly large room. And you kind of blink a few times. But yeah, it's hard to see. Everybody else, you can see that Elena did get to the bottom with no issues, but the ladder is very rickety.
Alright, let me get some rope in there just in case.
It's actually not too far of a drop. It's only about 10 feet.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, you drop down with no issues. The rest of you now glancing around. It is dark in here, but it's not terrible. It's maybe like a square room, 30 feet wide in one way and then 20 feet wide in the other, probably to match the shape of the mansion or the manor above it. You see one wall is just decorated with tons and tons of this honeycomb pattern where you can see a variety of wine bottles just sitting in them. You can't tell if they're empty or not, but they're still there. There's at least maybe 24 wine bottles that are still intact on the wall. But glancing out around, the rest of you give me a perception check.
Wine.
Hoj, Leonard, you don't really see anything else that's really too interesting, but Noah, you, glancing at one corner of the room, there's just ominous feeling as something doesn't seem quite right. As a set of eyes that are translucent and just barely visible in the darkness are staring at you. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my. I mean, in theory, there we go.
You succeed.
Yeah.
Whatever effect this thing seems to have been attempting to cause on you, you brush past it. You stand courageous, you stand strong.
Oops.
And as this happens, I need everyone to give me a save. Sorry, give me 1 second. I need to double check the ability. I need every creature within 60 feet to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Do I have to make another one, Jake, or just one? One?
No, this is an addition. You have to make a different one.
I have to make another wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
Wow.
Alright, get the fuck out of here. You
Yeah,
better
that's
stop.
funny. I've just been rolling.
second wisdom saving throw. Jesus Christ. Alright, here we
Oh,
go.
sorry. No, so sorry. It's not a wisdom save. It's a con save. That's my bad. I got the number.
No.
Hoj, you
Oh,
can keep like we could keep the numbers that you guys rolled. But Noah,
But
you
my
would have to re-roll. Or-
My mod is higher for con.
I would have to reroll. Okay.
Mine's lower.
Constitution?
Yeah.
13.
I'll reroll for
Okay.
con if everyone wants to.
Oh, doesn't even matter.
It's
Doesn't even matter.
okay. Well,
See?
Noah, Leonaire, Hoj succeed. Elena does not. Elena, the rest of you watch as she falls to the ground, with blood coming out of her nose, her mouth, and her eyes.
Okay.
Elena, you are at 0 HP and dying.
What the
Whoa.
What?
What the hell?
The rest of you take 9 points of psychic damage
What the?
as 3 small figures begin to emerge from the darkness. One that had been keeping an eye on the group from that had seen Noah. 2, a semi-transparent woman with this kind of like white, flailing white hair that is going past her head and kind of floating in the air. Her entire body semi-translucent as she floats there with this like tattered and broken, what at one point would have been a beautiful white dress. And the third, what appears to be maybe a small child in like 7, 8 years old at most, and they just float there with both of their hands kind of towards the group, and that is where we will call the session.
Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna die in here.
Did we bring a gun?
So yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm gonna grab
Why am
him.
I going to the next session, dude?
Wait, Jake. How many? Okay, how?
There's a
One
total.
little child,
There's
how
a
many-
total of 3 figures. One
Three,
appears
yeah,
to be
one's-
a man with like this
Mhm.
hood over his entire body and kind of like this
Mhm.
veil that drapes over it, while his entire
Yeah.
body is also like translucent.
Yeah.
The second one is the woman that was floating
The
there.
woman.
Mm-hmm. Ethereally beautiful, has like this weird kind of like dress upon her, and the third one was a child, a boy, probably no more than 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
All 3 of them you all immediately recognize are some sort of ghost.
Okay.
Ghosts.
Can I grapple that?
You can certainly try, but we'll do that next time.